I'm fully aware that I'm looking like Mexican cartel, but I am not a gangster and I will not kill anyone. I promise you. Hey guys, it's Makaila and welcome back to my channel. We're just going to ignore the fact that this was an outfit that I wore in my previous video. I asked you all on Snapchat if you guys would be bothered by that and you all said no, so I'm here doing it again in this outfit because let's be real, I can't just undo this and look completely different because this is just a one-time thing. Today's video is all about the different jobs that I've had. I've had a few jobs and it's a great little story time video, I feel, so I'm here to share with you my stories and you're going to be pretty surprised at some of the stuff that I've done. You're going to be like, what bitch? But yeah, this is all a true story, so let's get into it. So my first ever job was at a roadhouse. I was stacking fridges, that was my job. All I had to do was refill the fridges. After school I'd get straight off the bus, go straight to work because I got dropped off right there, and stack fridges, top them all up, do some sweeping, do some cleaning, and that was it. That was my first job. I did that for quite a while and it was a really good after school job, but I don't know, it's a perfect first job. My second job was then working at a horse adjusting place. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's a place where people pay like rent to keep their horses and they're looked after by the people who are paid to do that. And I was a worker there who was a stable hand. I had to go around, feed the horses, pick up shit, yeah, sweep the shed, basically just do anything that you have to do there. Like it's just basic stuff, but like it was quite scary because some of the horses were aggro as fuck, and if you were to go into their pen and they got pissed at you and they kicked or charged at you, then so be it, you signed up for the job, so deal with it. All of these horses as well are actually quite well known. The owners of this place was actually, still are, they do like acrobatics on horses and stuff, and they literally go around the world and do acrobats on horses, and they do it at the Royal Show all the time too. So if you ever see some horse tricks at the Royal Show, just know that I put my time into that place. My next job from there was the first time that I ever worked in a kitchen. This was my first hospitality job. I worked at a place called Stockman's Rest in Serpentine, which is a little Dutch restaurant. I'm pretty sure they've just shut now because one of the owners, he passed away, which really sucks because it's like we were all a real tight-knit family there. Like it was proper like homey, small family workplace. And I started off washing dishes, but I was also like a kitchen hand slash waitress as well. I didn't like take many of the orders. The owner, the woman, wife, took all the orders. I basically washed dishes. That's pretty much where you start in the kitchen, I'm sure. And then I did, like I said, a bit of kitchen hand, so I got to make salads and stuff. And the best part about it was because we were all so close that after we did finish, he would always make me, him being the chef and the owner, make me a massive plate of whatever it was that I wanted, and it was bomb. And yeah, that was my first kitchen job. I remember when I did leave that place, I had left behind some pay. It was $40. I just never went to pick it up because I just couldn't be bothered, and I thought, screw it, it's not money that I know that I've got, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I went there for dinner like, I would say 5 years, probably more after that. I went back to revisit it because I wanted to go there before the guy, the chef, the owner, the husband passed away, because I knew he had cancer and I wanted to go back and see him just one more time because, dude, like it was a big deal, but I didn't make it. He actually passed away sooner than I thought he would, but I went there anyway after that. And Ria, her name is, she recognized me and she's like, oh my god, like you've grown up so much, and I shit you not, she comes back to my table with an envelope, and on the envelope says Makaila, and inside the envelope is my payslip and the two $20 notes, freshly $40 for me. That was my pay that I didn't pick up 5 years ago, and she kept it there to give to me one day. Best people I know. So that really blew my mind. I still got it now and I don't feel right spending it. I feel like I almost need to frame it or just keep it there as a keepsake because, like, you've kept me $40 for the past 5 years. Like, you are an angel. So my next job from there, I believe, was I worked at, well, okay. I went and did workplace stuff. I worked in a bank and I worked at a school as a teacher's aide. Both of them are not me. And then from that point, I was living on my very, very first boyfriend's farm in Wagen. and this is, if anyone that doesn't know where that is, it's the central like wheat belt almost of WA. Like, it's rural as shit, it's country, there's sheep everywhere, there's crops and wheat everywhere, there's no shops, like you can't go down the road and see Coles. You can go see an IGA if you're lucky. Anyway, so there, and this is where the story seems like, no, you're joking now, you're talking shit, but I'm not. I was a farmhand basically, and a thing called a rousey. And a rousey is someone who works in the sheep sheds. So sheep get shorn, obviously, they have wool that gets cut off. The shearers all line up in a row and they shear the sheep. Then there needs to be someone that can walk around and collect that wool that's coming off the sheep in a very, very fast-paced way. You need to be able to collect all the shitty parts and put them in a separate pile. You need to be able to sort the good wool from the bad wool. You need to be able to pick up a fleece which is heavy as shit, and me being very, very tiny and weighing under 50 kilos, that's a big deal. And I could never really throw the fleece because it was heavier than I was. So I never really did that. I left it to all the older people, but I was always very, very fast on, you know, being able to separate the shit parts. Like, I'm not kidding you, I had shit under my nails every single time that I did this. You had to pick up things called dags, which is big poo rocks hanging off sheep's wool around their arse. I did it. So I did that, but then I also learnt how to like drive a tractor, drive a header. So a header is like a massive big ass piece of machinery that has like a massive big like long turbine thing that crops and cuts all of the crops, like the wheat, the barley, all that jazz. It's a massive piece of machinery, and I used to go on there for hours on end. I would be out there till midnight with my ex-boyfriend. I wouldn't ever do it alone, but he would let me drive it. So yeah, I've learned how to do that kind of shit. I've gotten into sheep pens before. I've had to throw my arms up and be really loud and scare them and work with sheepdogs, and I learned how to drive a ute. That's how I learned how to drive a manual car, is just by working on the farms. I've been bogged so many times. If you don't know what that is, it means you've stuck in the sand. Aussies, I know you're gonna get that, but the ones not from here might not understand that. Basically, I've done a lot of hard work that has required dirt under my nails, that has required bruising and being hurt and just stuff that people would look at me and be like, no you didn't, but yeah I did. And I love that I've done that because it shows that I can like get in and do shit. Even though you might not expect that from me, I can work hard just like anyone else. So yeah, that's like a little fun fact that not really many people know about me. So now you know, I was raised almost on a farm, so like I'm a farm girl at heart. This shit isn't like crazy for me. Anyway, from that point I then went to work in retail because I stopped living on the farm. I went back to the city. I started working in Big W where I was a cashier, which was actually a really cool job. I guess just because it was easy, like super easy, and you got to see stuff that you wouldn't normally see when you're walking around it. But when people come up and scan, you see just how many stuff is in that shop, and like you end up buying shit that you don't need just because you've seen it. But yeah, I did that, and then I got like an exchange to a different store, but it was Woolworths because Woolworths and Big W are the same company. Just I got transferred to a different store because I moved, and Woolworths was the shittest job of my life. I hated it. The manager was an absolute bitch, and it always just made me feel sick because like I hated being so like caught up. I don't know. Woolworths was shit. I don't recommend it. But if you can handle standing in one spot all day and literally being a robot, then go for it. But I couldn't do it. Anyway, then after that I picked up my 2-year job at Betts. Betts Shoes. I worked in Garden City. I worked there for 2 years. Duh. I was a full-time sales assistant. I did that for ages, and that was the longest job that I've had, really. It's one of the worst jobs I've had. Like, don't get me wrong, it started out to be a great job, but then they changed managers and everything went to shit. And being in the same place for a very long time, a lot of drama goes down, and especially in fashion retail, and I'm sure anyone who works in fashion retail can completely understand where I'm coming from. There's a lot of bitchiness, and that's basically why I left that job, and I have not gone to full-time work since then because it was shit and it put me off so bad. I literally lived in Garden City Shopping Centre. So after I quit there, I then went and got a job at another restaurant. It was called Chili Valley Indian restaurant, and I was just a waitress there. They had only literally just opened the store, like they'd never been opened before, so I was like their first waitress. And I obviously knew what I was doing because I've worked in the kitchen before, so I felt really at home and I didn't feel like I was intimidated or overwhelmed and stuff. And being Indian, like, I don't know if that sounds racist, I don't know, but they didn't really know what they were doing. So when I stepped in, they were like, damn, she knows what she's doing, we're gonna make her like the big one. So I don't know, I picked up a lot of responsibility there. And I also got to hire my best friend who got to work with me too. And then I met another girl who's also my friend. So it was really cool because I got to work with a whole bunch of people that I loved, and that was cool. But once again, management was shit. I didn't enjoy that, but I got a really good thing from that because that's where I met Rory, and yeah, the rest is history. I left that place after a year and a half because they were just so shitty and didn't want to pay anything more than they had to. I never got paid public holiday rates, I never got paid like overtime, like Sunday rates, nothing. They were so stingy. So I bounced from there. Then I decided that I needed another job, that I wanted to work on the weekends because I don't really go out. So I ended up getting my job at Metro's in Fremantle, and that's where I work now. It's a nightclub, and at the start I was shitting myself because I don't really like nightclubs as it is. I get anxiety every single time I go to that place still, just because I'm so far out of my comfort zone. It is not funny, even though if you see me there you probably think I fit in. I don't, like in my own head I don't fit in. But yeah, I've worked there now for probably a year and a half, and I love it. Like, I love it so much. I just love that I get to go out every weekend. I don't drink, I don't spend money, I get paid to be in a nightclub, listen to music, have fun, and everyone that I work with is super, super cool. And I don't know, it's literally the best job that I've had, and I don't want to ever leave it, but obviously one day that might happen. But yeah, like I fully, if you don't work in a nightclub and if you're like me who doesn't drink and who doesn't go out and hates sitting at home on weekends while everyone is, go get a job at a nightclub. Even if you work behind the bar, like I don't work behind the bar because I'm shitting my pants over doing that because I don't know how to serve a drink because I don't drink that much, so I don't know what alcohol goes with what alcohol, do you know what I mean? So I work on the door and I scan IDs and I get to greet people and have fun that way, and that's how I like it. But yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't got it, because everyone asks me all the time like, how did you get that job? And they have so many questions about it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a whole different video on like pros and cons of working in a nightclub, because there's so much that goes down. I'm not even joking you. Anyway, I have a second job as well, and I work at Lovelies, and I am a casual, no, I'm a part-time actually, part-time sales assistant, and I just work there like very limited hours during the week, and all I do is sell jewelry. So it's really casual and it's really fun and it pays the bills, and that's pretty much my life. Like that's been all my jobs up until now, and this is what I'm currently doing, as well as YouTube. I also did freelance makeup artist. Obviously I'm qualified, so I decided to branch out into doing that from home. That didn't last very long. It's amazing money, but at the same time it's not consistent work, which is good for someone like me because I'm not that busy. But I decided that it wasn't something that I actually had a passion for. Like doing it on other people is good, it's kind of rewarding, but it's not something that I have a full passion for. Like I would prefer to do my makeup on camera to show everyone else and make money that way over doing it on someone's face, because I don't know, it just doesn't feel as rewarding, if you know what I mean, which you probably won't. But other than that, that's really all my jobs. Like I've had so many jobs, but they're all the standout ones. They're all the ones that I've been at for like more than a day. If you guys have had any really crazy jobs, or jobs that you've absolutely hated or completely can relate to anything that I've said in this video, leave me a comment down below, because I'm sure that a lot of you girls who work in fashion retail will also be able to understand where I'm coming from, in the sense that everyone's bitchy and that it's really not that great a job, but we all feel it, and I don't know, you just have to do it to live, right? If you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It'll help me out a lot. And if you like my story time videos, give it a thumbs up, because I love telling stories. I've just got to like go back into the back of my brain and find some more stories for you guys, because I'm running out. If you guys haven't already, please follow me on all my social media, my Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. Details are down below in the description bar, as always, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to see more videos. And that's basically it, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye! You're gonna be on posters, bitch, and you really can't complain with that. So I did what I had to do.